Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Inspirational Talkies. In today's video, let's see about Where the Mind is Without Fear by Rabindranath Tagore. For further more videos, don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel. Let's see about the poem. Where the Mind is Without Fear by Rabindranath Tagore is one of his vastly read and discussed poems. It was originally composed in Bengali, possibly in 1900, under the title Pratana, meaning prayer. It appeared in the volume called Naivedya in 1901. Later in 1911, Tagore himself translated the Bengali poem into English, and that translation appeared as a poem 35 in his novel-winning anthology Geetanjali Song Offerings, published by the Indian Society, London in 1912. So, when the poem was written, India was under the British rule and people were eagerly waiting to get their freedom from the British rule. The poem is written in the form of a prayer to the God, the Almighty, for a true freedom for his country, and thus Tagore reveals his own concept of freedom throughout the poem, where the mind is without fear. Let's move on to the poem. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arm towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit, where the mind is led forward by thee into ever-widening thought and action, into that ever of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. In the first line, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, the poet prays to the Almighty that his countrymen should be free from any fear of oppression or forced compulsion. He wishes that everyone in his country has his head held high in dignity. In other words, according to him, in a truly free country, every person should be fearless and should have a sense of self-dignity. In second line, where knowledge is free. Where the mind is without fear, the poet dreams of a nation where knowledge would be free. Education should not be restricted to the upper class only, but everybody should be allowed to acquire knowledge. Not only that, children should learn freely from the nature and the world around them. They should not be forced to memorize some predetermined lessons. And this is Tagore's typical concept of education. In less In the line 3 and 4, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, in the next two lines the poet emphasizes the unity of not only of his countrymen but also of the entire world. He thinks there should be no division among people based on their caste, creed, color, religion, or other baseless superstitions. In other words, prejudices and superstitions should not divide the people in groups and break their unity. In the line 5, where words come out from the depth of truth, Tagore wants a nation where people are truthful. They should not be superficial and words should come out from the depth of their hearts. In the next line, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection. In the sixth line of the poem, the poet wants everyone to work hard to reach their goal, and in the long term to reach perfection, he thinks they should not be tired by working. People should not be lazy and ignoring their work. They should not be dependent on anyone. That is, India should not be dependent on any other countries. In lines 7 and 8, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habits. In line 7, the poet compares reason or logical thinking to a clear stream, and in the next line compares dead habits or superstitious beliefs to a dreary desert. He wants that stream of reason not to lose its way into the desert of prejudices. In short, people's thought should be monitored by rational thinking, not by superstition. Logic should rule over old baseless beliefs. He says that British have come to divide us, but we should be bold and we should not be divided by such these superstitious things. And where the mind is led forward by the into ever widening thought and action. In line 9 and 10, the poet pushes his countrymen to be progressive and broad minded. He wants that their minds are led forward to ever widening thought and action by the Almighty. In short, we should be open minded and do something unusual or extraordinary, overcoming the narrowness of mind. Into that heaven of freedom, my father led my country awake. In the final line of the poem, the poet addresses the God as Father. He asks him to awaken his country into such a heaven of freedom where the above conditions meet. To make it clear, the poet prays to the Almighty, my Father, to rise or lift awake his country to such heights where freedom would be realized at its best, a heaven of freedom. In turn, he is actually praying that God awakens his countrymen so that they come out from the darkness of ignorance, prejudices, disunity, and all other evil things. Here, a great addition from our reader Ravi Murthy suggests that Rabindranath wants to awaken the God. Conclusion. Finally, in the poem, the poet's message is very clear. If all the people of nation are not wise enough to lead a happy and peaceful life, free from all evils, they cannot enjoy their freedom well. So, to the poet, only political freedom is not so important unless you are fearless, self dignified, knowledgeable, truthful, hardworking, and broad minded enough to enjoy it fully. Thank you for watching. Please do subscribe my YouTube channel. If you need explanations for any other words, please do mention it in the comment box.